Hello and welcome to the Scott County Public Library's virtual summer reading program. I'm Miss Lily and this is my friend Puss-in-Boots. Okay, Puss-in-Boots, how about we start our story? Our story is The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs named Peter, Patty, and Penny who left their mommy and daddy to see the world. All summer long they roamed through the woods and fields, playing games and having fun. None were happier than the three little pigs, and they easily made friends with everyone they met. Wherever they went, they were given a warm welcome and never had to worry about where they would sleep. But as summer drew to a close, they realized that people were starting to prepare their homes for winter. The three little pigs decided that they too needed a home for their own to keep them safe and warm through the winter. Peter, the first little pig, was the oldest of the three. He decided to build a straw hut. "It'll only take a day, then I'll go have fun and play," he sang enthusiastically. The others disagreed. "It's too fragile," they said disapprovingly, but Peter refused to listen. After all, he was the oldest by 3 whole minutes. Patty Pig was the second little pig, born 3 minutes after Peter and 4 seconds before Penny. She decided that a house of straw would be too cold during the winter, and that bugs might get in. So she went off in search of twigs and wood to build her house. Clunk, clunk, clunk. It took her 2 days to nail her house of wood together. Patty finished, looked at her house, and thought, "Well, it's a little wobbly, and maybe it isn't my very best job, but it's supposed to be warm this winter, so it should do." Penny quietly voiced her opinion that the house didn't look sturdy enough to stand up to wind, rain, snow, or bugs. Peter teased that Penny had wasted a whole day searching for wood when she could have been having fun playing with him. Patty turned and sang out, "It only took an extra day. Now I can go have fun and play." Penny Pig was the youngest of the three, and being the youngest, loved to play at least as much as Peter and Patty did. But she remembered what her mommy and daddy had taught her growing up. Her daddy always told her, "We don't expect you to be perfect, Penny." And her mommy always added, "We'll always be proud of you, as long as you've done your very best job." So Penny Pig sighed and thought, "It will take time, patience, and hard work to build a safe, warm, comfortable house. I've never done it before, and I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to do my very best job." Penny went to the library and took out some books about building houses. She spent 2 days reading the books before she decided that a house of bricks would be the best choice. Penny spent another whole day collecting supplies. A day to lay the foundation, another to pour the cement, yet another to stack the bricks, and 4 more to put on the roof and paint. Just to make sure she'd tried her best, she decided to take a few more days to build some cozy wooden furniture to put in her house of bricks. By the time she was done with her house, 2 weeks had passed, and the leaves outside had taken on their autumn colors. Penny looked at her little house with pride. Sure, the chimney was a little crooked, and the paint job had dripped a bit here and there, but Penny knew that she'd done her very best job and was quite proud of what she'd accomplished. Peter, Patty, and Penny spent the next day playing. The 2 older pigs teased Penny that she'd wasted the whole fall building her house, and Peter couldn't resist pointing out that even after all that work, Penny hadn't even managed to get the chimney on straight. But Penny was happy with the choices she'd made as she sat in front of her cozy fireplace that night. Peter wasn't nearly as comfortable in his house of straw. The cold night air crept in quickly. Peter hadn't taken the time to build a bed, so he huddled in the corner on a mound of leftover straw. As the sun rose the next morning, Peter was starting to wish that he'd spent a bit more time on his house. As he pondered what he was going to use to cook breakfast with, Peter heard a knock on the door. "Who's there?" Peter asked. It was awfully early for visitors. Peter hadn't been the only one wondering about breakfast. A big, bad, hungry wolf had wandered through the forest. He hadn't eaten for a while, and a nice young piggy was just the kind of breakfast he was craving. "Come out," ordered the wolf, his mouth watering. "I want to speak to you." Peter may have been a bit lazy, but he certainly wasn't dumb. "I'd rather stay where I am," he replied. "Come out now," yelled the wolf fiercely. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," teased Peter. After all, what could the wolf do about it? "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," threatened the wolf, who blew with all his might right onto the house. All the straw that Peter had heaped against some thin poles fell down in a great blast. Peter dashed as fast as he could to his sister Patty's house. Patty had heard the commotion. She ran to the door, accidentally squishing a beetle that was sitting by her bed. She bravely pushed the 2 spiders that had built webs inside the doorframe out of the way and pulled the door open for her brother. The wolf ran after Peter and shouted, "Come out and play with me," just as the door slammed. "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins," replied Patty, almost as upset about all the bugs as she'd begun to notice scurrying around her floor as she was about the wolf. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," yelled the wolf, who blew with all his might right onto the house. The wooden house creaked and squeaked and then collapsed like a pack of cards. Peter and Patty dashed out and were halfway to Penny's house before the last twig had hit the ground. Penny urged them in, took one last look at the crooked chimney, crossed her fingers, and slammed the door. "Come out here now! I want my breakfast!" growled the wolf, not bothering to pretend any more. "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins," replied Peter, Patty, and Penny, her fingers still crossed tightly. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," yelled the wolf, who blew with all his might right onto the house. Nothing happened. The wolf drew an even deeper breath and blew again and again. But Penny Pig's house of bricks with the crooked chimney and drippy paint was her very best job, and it would not fall down, no matter how hard the wolf blew. After all his huffing and puffing, the wolf was even hungrier than he'd been to begin with, and he was not about to give up. He climbed carefully up a nearby ladder and scrambled onto the roof. Before Peter, Patty, and Penny knew what was happening, the wolf started to slide down the chimney. "Yikes!" cried Peter. "We're toast!" sobbed Patty. "Bacon, actually," wailed Penny. But slowly the 3 little pigs realized that the wolf had somehow gotten stuck before he made it all the way down. Understanding what had happened, Penny started to giggle nervously. "I think he got caught in the crooked part of my chimney." Peter nodded with disbelief, jumped up, and threw some wood onto the fireplace. Patty grabbed the matches and started a fire, which was soon roaring. It didn't take long for the 3 little pigs to hear the anguished howl of the wolf as he scrambled back up the chimney. The flames licked his hairy coat, and his tail became a flaming torch. Never again will I go down a chimney," he squealed as he tried to put out the tail. Then he ran away as fast as he could. That very same day, Peter and Patty took out library books on how to build a brick house. Penny did her best to give them some instruction, and Peter showed his sisters how to put on paint without getting it drippy. After all, he was the oldest by 3 whole minutes. Now safe and happy, Penny sang out to her brother and sister, "No more working today. Come on, let's go out and play." The end. Well, how about now we make our very own houses? I have gathered 3 different things to build some houses with. I've got craft sticks or popsicle sticks, straws, and cotton balls. You can use other things you have around the house as well, like Legos, Lincoln Logs, or paper cups. And parents, just like last time, you may need to help just a little. The first item I'm going to be using is straws. My straws have a bendy end, so I just bent them in just a little and taped the ends together, as you can see here. Then I brought the other ends to a point and taped those together. Leaves me with a triangle shape like you see here. Then I make another one and I have 2 triangles. And I'll make one more for a total of 3 triangles. Now we'll bring our 3 triangles upright and tape the edges together and make a pyramid. How about we see if we can blow it over? Puss-in-Boots, would you like to help me with that? You would? Okay, great. Give it a try, Puss-in-Boots. See what you can do. Ready? Go! Good job! Alright, now let's make our next tower. First, I put my cotton balls in a circle like this. Now let's put 3 more in the middle. And let's add a few more on top of that. And now, see, our pile is getting a little bit taller. So let's add a few more on top of that. And now our pile is even taller. 1 more cotton ball. There we go. And now our tower is very tall. Okay, Puss in Boots, are you ready to blow it over? All right, let's give it a try. All right, good job, Puss in Boots. It fell over. Yay. All right, now let's make one out of popsicle sticks or craft sticks. First, I lay out 3 sticks side by side. Now let's put a piece of tape across the top and a piece of tape across the bottom. And you'll want to wrap your ends of the tape around the back. And now another pile of 3 popsicle sticks. Right, and now we'll tape those together too. And now we have 2 sets of popsicle sticks. Okay, now that we have our 2 sets of sticks, let's combine them. To do that, we'll add a piece of tape across the middle. You might want a bigger piece of tape than that. And then flip it over and tape the middle of the other side, like you see here. Then bring the 2 edges together and tape those together. And this part can be a little tricky, but with maybe some extra tape and some patience, you can get it. And now stand your tower upright. And now you have a little house of sticks, just like the little piggy. All right, here is our tower. Okay, Puss in Boots, are you ready? Let's see what you can do, Puss in Boots. It fell over! Yay! Thank you for joining us. I hope to see you guys again next week. And don't forget to enter in for the prize drawing. We didn't have any winners last week. No one sent in any pictures, but you can always try this week. Just take your photos of you doing the activity or the craft, and you can email them to me, Miss Lily, at Lily, Lilly, at Scott, SCOTT.lib.in.us. I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!